to the Trojans. And Patrick, as we mentioned too, Little Rock would love to get off to a hot start. That Missouri State ball game earlier this week, the Bears came out on fire from three-point land. Little Rock would like to get a lead, get something going offensively. It was 10, 11 minutes before they really got a bucket.
Opposite of a hot start for Little Rock against Missouri State as Jefferson misses a three-pointer. I think the Trojans missed their first 11 shots in that game. Got going to some extent after that to close the first half, but really could never overcome that sluggish and slow start.
Philander Smith now back on offense. That one off of the mark. Nice rebound inside by Childs as he resets the shot clock. 17 seconds now as Panthers trying to get on the board first with the follow. That one off the mark from Johnson. This time, though, the bump. And now Perkins will go shoot two at the free throw line. Kenneth Perkins, the Chicago, Illinois native. And Philander Smith, who's got a shot to get on the board first.
Yeah, Kenneth Perkins, 6'9". Puts up some nice numbers for the Panthers, averaging 13 points, 7.5 rebounds. Excellent shot blocker as the lefty knocks down the first of two.
As we mentioned, too, a couple of these head coaches very familiar with each other. A couple of former Arkansas Razorbacks. Todd Day, one of the best to ever do it up in Fayetteville. And Darrell Walker, not too shabby himself, up on the hill during his playing days.
A couple legends here for the Razorbacks. Both guys enjoyed long NBA careers. Both were first-round draft picks. A lot of celebrated success while in Fayetteville as Little Rock turns it over.
Yeah, that's Marco Andrique with the turnover. Again, Little Rock really sloppy with the ball this past Wednesday against Missouri State, a really talented Missouri State team who nearly set a record for three-pointers made here at the Jack Stevens Center. Philander Smith, obviously not as much talent as Missouri State, but these Panthers can score well, and right now they have looked a better team through the first minute and a half of this ballgame. That shot off the mark, and here comes DJ Smith in transition. He's going to challenge the big fellas inside, and he is rejected. Get it out of here. Aaron Johnson says send that back.
Rejected, goes off of Smith. Smith is someone who, for a true freshman, has played nice. I'm sure Little Rock wants to see him get going on the offensive end. Has really struggled with his shot, shooting under 10% from three on the season. You watch him shoot in warm-ups. He's a better shooter than that. Just needs to settle in and see some balls go through the hoop.
Nice pass inside, but unfortunately for the Panthers fans, Perkins throws that one away, and it will go back to Little Rock. Sort of a sloppy start for both of these teams. They're combined 0 of 7 from the field in the first just couple of minutes.
Very sloppy start for both teams. Some turnovers on both sides, missed shots. Both groups looking to settle in.
We're going to get a blocking call on Dontrell Johnson as Isaiah Palermo tried to brush past him. And Isaiah Palermo, just a couple of games ago, it's been, in-state matchups. Little Rock's had plenty of them this season. They played well at Arkansas just a week ago. Struggled mightily against Missouri State at home, and then that one just off of the mark, but it ends up back in the hands of Johnson. We'll see if Little Rock can take advantage of the offensive board as Palermo fires back out. Nice drive and find, and a beautiful pass into Vasuvic, who gets the and one, and Little Rock is on the board.
Nice finish there by Vasuvic. It was Marko Lukic there with the drive that set things up. He's been playing some nice basketball the past couple games, had 23 at Arkansas, career high. Followed it up with 15 against Missouri State. Has knocked down 6 triples over his last couple games. You see the way Philander Smith is defending him there. Really, they tried to run him off the three-point line that time. Lukic was able to make him pay with the drive along the baseline and finding Vasuvic for the layup.
That bucket, especially early on, may be some big confidence booster for Admir, who, again, is going to need to play some big minutes with some of these key injuries for the Trojans. They have just been riddled with them, and we haven't even hit conference season yet.
It's just incredible. They've had so many injuries, playing with a very short bench. It's really every guy that's available right now is key for the Trojans' performance.
That shot off the mark, but inside is Aaron Johnson, who's able to get his own rebound, and now the Panthers have a chance to reset. Philander Smith trying to get something going on offense. Good ball movement, but man-to-man defense from Little Rock's got the shot clock winding down to under 3. They got to put a shot up, and here is just a prayer and a heave. It's off of the mark, and somehow off of the rim, Philander Smith gets the ball back.
And sloppy play so far.
Well, I credit them for getting up the shot. They get the ball back, and then it's thrown away. So maybe these guys just trying to settle a little bit of nerves. Again, some of these local guys, you mentioned C.J. White for Little Rock. He's not playing. He's out with an injury, but DJ Smith, just over in North Little Rock. Very familiar with guys from Philander Smith, I think of Jaden Walker, the Hot Springs native, and also Dontrell Johnson from Earl, Ja'Cory Thomas from Hermitage. A lot of Arkansas guys on the floor, so I'm sure a lot of these guys face each other in high school and maybe just a little nervous to get things going as Isaiah Palermo's off the mark.
And something to watch for Little Rock. They're playing with such little size. You mentioned earlier, Basubich is basically the only big that Little Rock has in its lineup right now. The Trojans have already given up 5 offensive rebounds to Philander Smith.
Well, I talked about Arkansas natives. How about Jonesboro's own Chris Rufus knocking down a triple for Philander Smith? And Todd Day is loving the defensive performance he's getting from his Panthers early in this ballgame.
Yeah, not the start that Little Rock wants. 1 of 5 overall to start. I mentioned the rebounding situation. Trojans have given up 5 offensive boards already to the Panthers. Little Rock needs to settle in. Don't want to replicate that slow start they had against Missouri State earlier in the week.
Hard to believe Coach Day's already in his 6th season at Philander Smith. Doesn't have too shabby of a assistant coach as well as his son Todd Day Jr., an assistant on this Philander Smith staff, as that one is off the mark. And here comes DJ Smith.
Smith trying to settle in here at the point, trying to get Little Rock's offense back into some rhythm. It has not looked very smooth to start the game.
Nice find inside to Johnson, who is off the mark, but he's fouled. And again, too, we're going to see a lot of somebody who we're really excited to see. It's going to be a fun ball game to see exactly how Little Rock can mix and match and sort of piece this lineup together ahead of a really important conference season, what's going to be their last conference season in the Sun Belt.
Yeah, Coach Walker's got his work cut out for him. We talked a lot about it on, again, the Missouri State broadcast, how he went super small with some of his lineups, and a lot of that's just out of necessity. They don't have enough bigs to fill out the lineup throughout the course of the game. Kevin Osaway, a lot of times, was the biggest player on the court for Little Rock as he knocks down the first free throw. Trojans and Coach Walker going to have to be creative with how they use their lineups in these games and how they space the floor.
Yeah, as you mentioned, that was Kevin Osaway. I don't want to short him a free throw attempt as he made a nice cut. Not Jordan Jefferson, who is getting the start this afternoon for Little Rock. But Philander Smith getting some pretty decent looks. I give him the announcer's jinx, and they turn it over, and now here comes Little Rock as Trojans just got to get something going. It was a bad taste in their mouth from Wednesday night, and they would love to get at least a little bit of a run going. They go back to Osaway inside. He's quadruple teamed and tries to get it to go, and he can't, but Smith with the hustle keeps it in play. Back over to Jefferson, and then 3-ball pump fake. Basubich calling for it instead of go back outside. Jefferson now has got to put up a shot. The shot clock's winding down, and that one's off the mark. Sort of an ugly possession for the Trojans.
Just tell it like it is. Yeah, that was a tough one to watch for Little Rock. Not a lot of rhythm there. Didn't create a good opportunity. Both teams, I think, feel like they've got a lot of room to improve on the offensive performance through the first 5 minutes.
Darrell Walker loves to preach defense to his Trojans, and so far they've done obviously a pretty good job of shutting down Philander Smith, giving them tough looks, but they got to get the offense going. And again, another turnover for Little Rock as here come the Panthers in transition. A nice move with the left hand. That was Rayonte Childs, but he's off the mark, and again, missed opportunities for these Panthers.
Yeah, Little Rock's, I keep saying, they've got to settle in on offense. They just do not look in sync at all. Have had their share of turnovers, haven't knocked down shots as Kevin Osaway misses another. And they're getting nothing second chance-wise. Philander Smith is really handling Little Rock on the glass to start this game.
Well, we talked about it so much, too. I don't think it can be stated enough how much they miss Marich inside. He gives them such a great presence down in the post. And I don't know how many looks he gets a game, especially the way he's able to use his left hand. They have missed him, and they've missed him a lot. He's been such a vital part to their offense, and he's just not there.
Yeah, and they really miss him in a game like this. Philander Smith doesn't really have anyone with the size to match up with someone like Nicole Marich on the inside. He would give them a nice safety outlet as far as their offense goes. Just get the ball to him in the post, and he can make Philander Smith pay. But don't have that option tonight. They're gonna have to beat Philander Smith with some jump shots and beating the Panthers off the dribble.
And you said it right there, too. Basubich goes to the bench. Little Rock going with their small lineup. Thought we were going to get a foul call, and they do. And boy, oh boy, Marco Andrique, who is missing this ball game, is also out. So you're going to rely on, of course, the other Marco Lukic. He's called for the personal.
Lukic picks up the personal. Situation to watch. Basubich, who just went to the bench, already has 3 personal fouls. He actually has 3 of Little Rock's 4 team fouls already, so probably eliminates him for the rest of this half. Trojans will play in the final 14 minutes of this half without Basubic, who is really their only big that's available right now.
Well, we asked the question, would Darrell Walker play small ball against Philander Smith? You don't have a choice anymore. If you're going guard heavy, probably, yeah, as you mentioned, the rest, 14 minutes of this first half is now Isaiah Palermo's having trouble getting it out of the front court. How about a 3-ball attempt for Little Rock to get them going, and that one's off the mark. And then the smallest guy on the floor gets in the trees and gets the rebound, and now Smith will go to the line and shoot a couple.
Good job there by Smith to go up and get that rebound. And we'll see if these free throws can get Smith going. We talked a little bit earlier about his shooting struggles to start this season. Has played well in other areas, has a strong assist-to-turnover ratio for someone who's playing their first season of Division I basketball. Really just needs to settle in and get some shots to drop.
You said it right there, a little pat on the back for Smith, who knocks down the first free throw. Little Rock trying to get anything going, and it was a slow start for Wednesday as well against Missouri State. You don't want to see this become a pattern if you're a Trojan fan of these slow starts. You like the defensive effort so far, but again, you got to find ways to put points on the board.
Yeah, offensively, you need to find a way to get into a rhythm earlier. And Coach Walker has talked about this openly. His teams have struggled to score. Last year, he was really unhappy with the way they scored the ball to close the season. This year, I think they're averaging something like 62, 63 points per game over their last 7. He wants to see that number closer to 70 points per game.
We mentioned Little Rock opened 0 for 11 on Wednesday. They're 1 of 9 to start this ball game. Philander Smith, no better, just 1 of 11. They're shooting 9% from the field, and we haven't had any field goals from Little Rock in the last 4 minutes. Philander creeping up on 3 minutes.
You said it, Hayden. It's just a tough offensive showing by both groups to start this game. 6-6, 12 combined points. We're almost 7 minutes in.
You'd really think somebody, especially from Little Rock, and Coach Walker said it too, we got to have guys step up. We need somebody to play better than they have in the past, set an example, step up, and do something uncharacteristic of themselves prior to this. But, again, sloppy turnover. It's going back to Philander Smith, and right now there's not a lot of ways to sugarcoat it. It's been an ugly first 7 minutes of this ball game.
It's been a slog so far. Jovan Stulich checking in for Little Rock. He replaces DJ Smith. Stulich is a guy Little Rock needs his shooting. Started out the season shooting the ball well, has cooled off a little bit on the season. 43% from deep.
Double team inside by the Trojans. Ball goes back outside to Rufus, and he'll try to get something going offensively with about 14 seconds left in the shot clock. Good rotation from the Little Rock defense. Inside, and that one's knocked away, and here comes Kevin Osawe with it. We'll see if the Trojans get something going on offense. Got Jefferson thought about the pull-up tray from the top of the key. He resets, and now Little Rock gets into the offense. Jovan Stulich, who just checked into the ball game. There's Osawe down low and calling for it. He'll go to work in the post. Triple team inside, and Philander almost stole it away. That was a really nice defensive play by Aaron Johnson, but he steps on the line.
Osawe, you mentioned that their triple team has got to have a better sense of the defense. Open man, got to be able to find the open man whenever the Panthers throw multiple defenders at him like that in the post.
6 seconds left on the shot clock. Palermo's going to have to get a shot up here. 3, 2, 1. Can Little Rock get one off? Sure they can. It's an and one as the buzzer goes off. And maybe that's the spark you needed if you're Little Rock, as Lukic gets the and one.
Lukic, we mentioned earlier, has played well of late. 23 and 15 over his last couple games. Had the nice drive earlier to find Basubic in the paint. That time finishes the job himself. They're going to tee up Todd Day.
I was looking down at my notes. I'm not sure what Coach Day said to the officials, but they give him a technical foul. So now you've got Marko Lukic, who's owed a free throw, and he's going to shoot a couple more after the technical on Coach Day.
Yeah, not sure what he said. And actually the official who called it was the official on the far side of the court from Day. It was not the official that was immediately next to Day.
Well, that one off the mark as Lukic misses the first one. Sometimes these games can get a little heated again. These teams meet every now and then, crosstown rivals. Philander Smith College just down the road as Coach Day's clapping, trying to fire his guys up to back him up after getting that technical foul. And You can see it on his face. I don't need to narrate it. He's not pleased.
No, there's an intensity over there on that sideline right now. As Lukic will go back to shoot the final of 3 free throws here with Little Rock leading 9-6. Todd Day is fired up, and his team is hanging in there to start this one.
In Little Rock with a 10-6 lead over the Panthers, but here comes Philander Smith trying to put something together. Walker looking for somebody to pass to. Man-to-man defense, that pressure defense that Darrell Walker's clubs are so famous for. Osawe almost came out of there with it. Instead, it's the shot clock winding down once again for Philander Smith, trying to get anything off. And, in fact, they get it to go. Chris Rufus gets the teardrop to go.
Knocks down the Panthers' second field goal of the game, and as the Trojans are going to turn it over again.
Yeah, that's Jefferson just getting sloppy with it in transition. Stulich tried to draw the charge, but a great drive inside by Perkins. But
the two teams combined 4 of 26 from the floor to start.
Philander Smith will start with the full court press. DJ Smith tries to break it, and he's going to overshoot. You can kind of see that coming from a mile away as Jovan Stulich came too far to get the ball. So nice defensive stop on that full court press for Philander Smith.
That's going to be turnover number 6 for Little Rock. Not doing a good job at all against that Philander Smith pressure early in this one. Philander Smith, meanwhile, with 4 turnovers to start. So add the 10 turnovers to the 4 of 26 shooting performance to start for both teams.
See if one of these offenses can get something going. Is really the guy who's done a little bit of scoring so far has been Rufus for Philander Smith. He's got 5 points. And how about that, a little outside jumper 3 ball from Riante Childs to hit the triple for Philander Smith.
Riante Childs, one of those guys from Philander that is on the edge of double figures, averaging almost 9 points per game this season.
Jovan Stulich tries to answer with a triple of his own, but how about Isaiah Palermo going up and above the rim? And Patrick, we got back-to-back buckets.
We'll take it. You see the athleticism there by Palermo, goes up for the tip-in, showing off the hops.
Jefferson trying to apply the defense. Back inside. Like Marco almost got the steal for Little Rock, but instead up and in with it is Jawan Wright for Philander Smith.
Make it 3 straight buckets. We got a shootout on our hands here all of a sudden. Both teams settling in.
Trying to get something going. Stulich back outside. Jefferson's going to try the 3-point attempt, and sure, why not? Offense, offense, offense. We love to see it as now both of these teams finding a little bit of a groove.
Jordan Jefferson knocked down a triple in the game against Missouri State, his first appearance as Little Rock Trojan. Shows off the stroke again there with the 3-pointer from the top of the key.
Really nice shot there. Again, these two teams were, as far as percentages going before those 3 or 4 buckets in a row, were shooting in the single digits, trying to get something going offensively. But again, Little Rock, of course, the Trojans have the capital city on the front of their jersey, but Philander Smith, they call this city home too, so they're trying to shoot like it. Is right there inside. A nice teardrop move from Kenneth Perkins as he goes to the left hand. That's his first bucket of the ball game.
Both teams suddenly shooting the ball well. 15 all here midway through the first half.
Offense has certainly picked up here in the last couple of minutes as Philander Smith goes to their man defense. Jefferson just knocked down one from outside. He tries another one. That one's off the mark. Jawan White nearly lost it out of bounds, but they're able to save it. And now Philander Smith with a chance to take the lead. Nice steal by Isaiah Palermo, and now he's got a lane. Could be a fireworks show, and hello, Isaiah Palermo. He throws it down with the one hand, and that'll get the crowd on their feet here at the Jack.
Great athleticism there by Palermo as Stulich steps in to take the charge. But Palermo on the previous play with the steal takes it the length of the court and finishes with the right hand.
Boy, that is back-to-back big plays for Little Rock as the crowd was almost lulled to sleep in the first 10 minutes of this one, but then Isaiah throws it down as you see another look at the dunk, and then a great job by Jovan Stulich on the other end to pick up the offensive foul.
Palermo has been so good this year, one of the most improved players that I can think of recently at Little Rock from one season to the next. Continues to shoot the ball well this year, is better than 50% from the floor. Has just really improved his game all around.
Now DJ Smith needs a little help, he needs it. And then a 3-ball attempt. That one drained by Marco Lukic. Trojans starting to find some offense.
And that's the rhythm this Little Rock offense has been looking for. good penetration there in the kick to Lukic, who knows how to knock down the open three-point shot.
Game time officially at 2, but about 2:25 is when this thing really got going for these two offenses. And now Philander Smith trying to battle back in this one. They had a chance to take the lead, and now Little Rock's hit some big buckets. What a spin move inside, just off of the mark. That was a really nice job by Chris Rufus, but it just doesn't fall. As now Smith shows the handles, and he wants to go coast to coast. He would have blown the roof off this joint if he could have made that bucket. Instead, Smith comes up a little bit hobbling. Patrick, gets that basketball time, man. December's when you really need to find your rhythm before you get into that all-important conference slate. Of course, this will be Little Rock's final go-round in the Sun Belt. You love to make some noise before heading to the Ohio Valley.
Absolutely. The season starts with Georgia Southern and Georgia State here at the Jack Stevens Center December 30th and January 1st as Philander Smith knocks down another three-point shot.
Now, Chris Rufus, the Jonesboro native, he has looked really good so far early in this ball game. Feeling right at home as Rufus. He's knocked down another triple as Little Rock will look to answer on the other end.
Lukic got away with a travel there. Shuffled his feet after he caught the ball.
Boy, been impressed with Philander Smith's defense. I know they've given up a couple of trays here in the last few minutes, but they have really challenged Little Rock, especially offensively inside the paint. Just nothing inside for Little Rock so far. Knocked down a couple of triples, but that's really been it, as the Trojans are shooting just 33% from the field. The double team inside, and that one goes off of Marco's foot. Right place, right time for the big fella inside, Jawan Wright, and he's got a bucket. And now this is tight ball game.
Little Rock going to commit another turnover here. That pressure continues to give the Trojans fits.
Earlier in the season, it was the Little Rock full court pressure that was giving opponents fits left and right, but so far it has been the Trojans who have not been able to handle the full court pressure from the Panthers. As DJ Smith comes out of there with it, he's going to feed Palermo, jumps inside, and we'll see what we get. We're going to get a block. I got to assume there was a foot on that line, because I thought, trying to get the number, I thought Philander Smith had set foot position on there, but instead they're going to get Jaden Walker with the person.
Yeah, probably going to be just a little bit too deep. We'll get another look here.
And shuffling a little bit.
Yeah, wasn't quite set where he thought he was, but we'll send Palermo to the line. Isaiah with 4 points already today. Marco Lukic leading Little Rock with 7 points.
20 all here in the first half with a little under 7 minutes to play. Isaiah Palermo with a chance to give these Trojans the lead right back. And again, this is going to be a grind for Little Rock if you're just joining us. Multiple players out with injuries. A lot of key role players we've expected to see and thought we would see throughout the course of the season. But you're going to have guys step up and grind out some victories, even over some clubs you think you should be able to handle your business against.
Yes, several guys out today. C.J. White, DeAntoni Gordon, Myron Gardner, Ethan Speaker, Nicola Marich, just to name a few. Little Rock has to make do with less as far as the bench goes today.
Patrick and I aren't playing either. Nobody can get out there and help them.
We can't save you guys as Palermo knocks down the second free throw. Palermo really has been Little Rock's most consistent performer so far this season.
Boy, that is some great ball movement by Philander Smith. And then the big fella, Kenneth Perkins, throws it down with the left hand. Perkins up to 6 points.
As Kevin Osawe turns it over, just sloppy basketball continuing for the Trojans.
Panthers taking advantage. Give them full credit. Is now we are tied 22 all. They have been, quite honestly, the better team defensively so far. They have looked active, had great hands, and that full court pressure has just given Little Rock tons of fits. Is now Philander Smith trying to take the lead on this one. Great feed inside, just off the mark. That was nice help defense by Palermo.
Very nice. Osawe secures the rebound. Little Rock needs to settle in. 8 turnovers, shooting just 33%. Has to find a groove against the Philander defense.
Here's Osawe over to Stulich. Palermo, he'll shoot from out there, but instead he finds a great streaking Stulich for the layup. That was a great pass by Palermo. Good back-to-back plays.
Good pass by Palermo. Good cut by Stulich there to give Little Rock the lead.
That's Little Rock's offense in a nutshell. Great passing and good rotation leading to easy buckets. These guys trying to find their rhythm, but it has been anything but easy as that one's off the mark. But man, what a rebound inside by Walker in between about 5 Trojans, and that leads to a...
Officials are going to stand for a game like this.
Sure. So already a couple of technical fouls called on Philander Smith this afternoon. Little Rock still leading this one 26-25. Isaiah Palermo with 6 points. Marco Lukic now up to 9 after knocking down those 2 free throws. Jefferson, you know he'd like to make his mark. To go back outside to Marco. No foul on the bump, but how about Jefferson from three-point land? That one's off the mark and rebounded inside by Rufus. Here come the Panthers.
And the shooting struggles continue. Both teams in the 30s here as we approach the under 4 media in the first half.
Good news for Little Rock. You're already in the bonus after those foul calls. So if you can get to the free throw line, you'll be in business. That's a really nice screen. You saw that. Dontrell Johnson just pulled DJ Smith completely out of the way of the play, and Philander able to answer with a triple.
Jordan Jefferson handling a lot of the ball handling duties for the Little Rock. The freshman playing in his second game.
Boy, how about Isaiah Palermo? What a move inside and a finish. And then he caught an incidental elbow right to the cheek. Isaiah Palermo doing it all for Little Rock right now.
Really nice drive there by Palermo. That's probably the next evolution in his game, is doing a little bit more of that off the bounce.
Yeah, the scoring's been all Palermo and Lukic. Palermo's up to 8, Lukic up to 9. Philander Smith trying to take the lead right back and said they're going to get a charge call, and Dontrell Johnson just can't believe it, but a really nice job by Palermo. Once again, setting his feet. Isaiah is the spark for the Trojans right now.
He has a lot of room to improve on offense in the second half.
So we'll see if these two teams can pick it up. Full court press, and that one's going to go back towards Little Rock as Smith. Boy, they've been all over DJ Smith in this first half, trying to beat that trap, and the freshman is struggling a little bit to get the ball over half court.
Yeah, this pressure has really bothered Little Rock. I think surprisingly, this full court press by Philander Smith, Trojans have not quite figured that out here as we approach the end of the first half.
Well, he's able to get it across the timeline there. Is over to Stulich, and now Palermo. Here comes Lukic trying to get something. Smith will take that shot. 3-ball attempt, and that one just off the mark. Nice job by Stulich to get the offensive board, and now how about Lukic from way downtown? That one, another one off the mark. As the rims have not been kind so far in this ball game.
No, shots just aren't falling really for either team.
There's another 3-ball attempt. That one off the mark. Smith, nice box out. He's got Stulich if he can see him. Instead, these guys will reset, and there's Jefferson out to Palermo. Good feed inside to Marco. Marco gets it slapped away again. Boy, there's just nothing for Little Rock inside today.
No, and that's where they really missed Nicola Maric. Only shot 35% from 2-point range in the loss to Missouri State. Quietly shot the ball well from 3 in that game. Shot 42%, I want to say, from 3-point range against Missouri State. Knocked down 10 triples, but just had nothing inside the 3-point line. And that's what you're seeing so far today. Just no offense in the paint or really inside the 3-point line.
That one off the mark from Philander Smith, and now we're going to get a foul call as Wright missed the jumper, and Little Rock in the bonus will shoot a 1-and-1. Oh, correction, they're in the double bonus already. Wow. We said it was physical, a little more physical than I even realized. This. Now Smith is going to shoot 2.
We'll send Smith to the line, shooting 75% at the foul stripe on the season. Has started a few games for Little Rock as a true freshman. Has played well overall. Still looking to get his outside shooting going.
And that free throw will give the Trojans the lead. You know, you watch Smith and you see how good he is. He was so successful over at North Little Rock as Coach Day continues to ask the officials just a few questions. But I think you're right. The shooting aspect of his ball game, he can be really special in a year or two if he can just get the shooting to develop.
Yeah, that's his swing skill at this level, definitely. He has the athleticism. He has the poise, I think, to be a good college point guard. At his size, he's going to have to be a good outside shooter.
So Little Rock back on top, 30-28. About 2.5 minutes left to play in this first half. Been a sloppy one, but the offenses did pick up from that single-digit performance they had earlier. Good feed inside. I don't know how that one almost went in as Briante Childs tried to get it. Here comes Smith in transition, and he'll go all the way to the hole. That's a beautiful finger roll from DJ Smith.
Nice drive, up to 6 points now as Little Rock pushes its lead out to 4 with 2 minutes to play here in the first half.
How about a 6-0 run for the Trojans over the past 2 minutes, as now they'll look to close this first half with a lead when inside. Great feed and an even better finish. That's an and one inside for
a chance to only down 2 with 1:45 left in the half. Chance to go into halftime tied or with the lead.
So Palermo grabs that board. He comes the other way. 1.5 minutes left in the first. Palermo, he's going to get called for steps. You can kind of see him try to hold that pivot foot. He doesn't think so, but I think it dragged.
Another miscue for Little Rock. Number 10 in the first half.
Yeah, you can see it.
Trojans just have not done a good job of running their offense and executing.
What's so funny, too, is all 10 players currently on the floor have scored so far in this ball game. So the scoring is diverse, but it's just not a lot of scoring going on so far.
Yeah, it's spread across, but it's definitely not concentrated by any one person. Your high player on either team is Marco Lukic with 9.
Well, Panthers got to watch the shot clock. 4, 3, 2, a drive. That one off the mark. But I think they're going to get an over-the-back call. No, correction on me. They're going to get Smith with the foul inside with the grab. I thought it was going to be going the other way with Jawan Wright, maybe going over the back of Smith, but one of his disadvantages just with his height, you know.
Yeah, not sure if they got it with a hold underneath or what, but we'll send right to the line. The 6'4" senior from Memphis averaging 4 points per game. Yeah,
you can see right there. He kind of grabbed his shorts as he was going in for the rebound. But no harm, no done as the free throw's off the mark. And here comes Little Rock. 1 minute left to play in the first half. Trojans trying to get anything going as Smith would love to add to his total. He's got 6, just 1 of 4. Nice feed inside. Marco taking on the entire Philander Smith defense, and that one goes out of bounds. It's really been impressive to see the Panthers defense. As soon as that ball goes inside either Palermo or Stulic or Lukic, every defender is converging, and Little Rock can't even get a shot on it.
Oh, they have been the more active defense. There's no question about it. Their second block shot on the night, playing really with a lot of energy on the defensive end.
10 seconds left on the shot clock as Jefferson will try to knock down a triple, and that one's just off the mark. Nice offensive board by Ja'Cory Thomas. And Philander Smith had a shot at a 2-for-1. Looks like they will be content just to get one up. So assuming they either make it or get it off, Little Rock will have the final shot. That one a clean block by Stulic, and now the shot clock is off. We'll see if Little Rock holds for one shot, and I think that's exactly what they're going to do.
Yeah, Smith will slow it down here. Just shot clock is off.
Plenty of time to set your offense in motion as Palermo gets it with 10 seconds. Little Rock leading by 2. Palermo looking for any room offensively. He's got none. Instead, Smith's going to have to launch up a 3. That one rolls out. Really the intensity, not much of a well-known rivalry, but you know, a lot of these kids, especially from the state of Arkansas and around the Little Rock area, like DJ Smith, certainly familiar with one another, but we'll see if Little Rock can get something going early as they go inside to the big fella. Vasuvic gets it knocked away, somehow finds it into the hands of Marco Lukic, who's off for that three-pointer, and here comes Philander.
And more of the same for Little Rock to start the second half. Not a clean look on the inside. And then Lukic gets a decent look off the offensive board from 3, but just can't knock it down. Trojans need somebody to get hot.
Coach Day sending in the offensive orders, and what a bucket inside. Just the guy we were talking about, Kenneth Perkins. Beautiful bucket. He's in double figures.
And ties the game at 32. And here we go again. Little Rock not handling this Philander Smith pressure.
Smith gets it back up to Marco. Now Marco double team. Smith will drive into the paint. He can let that fly, but he is rejected inside. Yeah, they're going to call a jump ball. Really nice defensive possession there for Eric Kendrick as he's able to get the jump ball. And that could be some boo birds I'm hearing. I don't think the fans like that call.
No, at that time, Smith just got a little bit too deep, and from where I said, it looked like a clean block. I think they actually called it a jump ball, but it looked like a clean defensive play there by Philander Smith.
So a tie ball game, a minute into the second half. Philander Smith trying to pull the road upset over the Little Rock Trojans. Back inside, there's Perkins once again trying to go to work. He's been great with the left hand, and there he goes again. This time, though, that one's off the mark. Really nice offensive rebound. Panthers just controlling the boards inside. Little Rock's looking around, shaking their heads, trying to get the rock.
Ball's going to stay on this end. 32-32. It's been like this all game long. Just nothing easy for either team.
17 seconds on the shot clock. Plenty of time and Perkins goes inside to the left hand. He's up to 13. And Kenneth Perkins is starting to really dominate this basketball game.
He has been the best player. Little Rock turns it over again.
Another turnover, as you said, Patrick, for Little Rock. Smith picks up the foul, and all Darrell Walker can do is look on in frustration. The Trojans have absolutely no answer for this full-court press by these Philander Smith Panthers.
Now, turnovers now. Up to 12 for Little Rock. There's just they just don't have a good response to this pressure by Philander Smith. They're playing with 2 young guards in the game, DJ Smith and Jordan Jefferson. Their primary ball handlers, both of which are freshmen. Worth mentioning, Little Rock is without Marco Andrique today, someone who would be valuable against this pressure and gives the Trojans a little bit more of a veteran ball handler.
Well, if that defense looks pretty familiar to anyone watching, obviously Todd Day famously played for Nolan Richardson in the mid-90s. It hasn't been 40 minutes of hell for the Trojans, but it has been, I'd say, 22 and change of hell so far for these Trojans who are trying to break this full court press. It has been great defense so far for Philander Smith under head coach Todd Day. And once again, Isaiah Palermo trying to get something going offensively. Jefferson at the top of the key. Shot clock down to 5. Trojans got to get a shot off as Marco's going to go to the left hand. And there's just nothing there. Perkins with the block. He gets it. And then he goes with the football pass on the other end. Layup no good, but a foul as Dontrell Johnson almost laid it up and in. And Philander Smith running wild in this second half. Smith just reached in, and now Smith's going to be in foul trouble. That's number 4 on DJ Smith. He's got to sit down.
And Philander Smith, Little Rock has taken something like 4 shots. It's happened. 3 of them have been blocked. And Philander Smith is just everywhere on the defensive end. And again, Little Rock just not generating clean looks from the floor.
So now what do you do with your point guard who's got to sit down for Patrick? I don't know. He's got 4 fouls. He's going to have to sit down for 7 to 10 minutes in this second half as Stulich checks into the ball game. And now in Little Rock, you're kind of in the danger zone here. I know you're only down 3 points, make it 4 with the free throw. But you can't break this press, and now your true point guard's on the bench with 4 fouls. Yeah,
and you've got Basubic, one of your players in the game, who's playing with 3 fouls. So he's another whistle away from having to go to the bench. So Little Rock is in a very precarious spot right now. They're short on ball handlers, they're short on bigs, and they're short on offense overall. They just don't have anybody out there that can get this thing started.
Well, when you're dealing with an injury problem, the one thing you can't have is foul trouble, and that's exactly what the Trojans have on their hands is Isaiah Palermo. He's going to try and take this game over. It's another double team. He's back out to Jefferson. They can't get a shot off, and it's a shot clock violation. And now Philander Smith is clapping their hands. That's really good defense by Aaron Johnson. And these Panthers are feeling in control.
Panthers outscoring Little Rock 6-0 since the half. Now with a 36-32 lead and frankly, in control of this game.
We'll see if this Little Rock defense has any answers. There's a pull-up just inside the line. That one off the mark as Stulich grabs the miss from Childs.
Jordan Jefferson, we'll see if he can settle things down here. I keep saying it, Little Rock needs a spark, whether it's Palermo, whether it's Marco Lukic, whether it's Stulich from 3. Someone needs to step up and make some shots, initiate some offense for this Little Rock team.
Now they're trying to run something. It's been stagnant so far, under 10 seconds. Once again, Philander getting that shot clock down low, 4 seconds. Palermo's got to get something up. He's got no room inside. It's another turnover, but instead they're going to get a foul with 1 second left. Philander, as Kenneth Perkins bails him out with 1 second on the shot clock.
Bails him out is exactly right. Palermo had nowhere to go. It was just fractions of a second from a shot clock violation, and the whistle will give it back to Little Rock with 20 on the shot clock.
Trojans trying to inbound the ball. Palermo's looking for anybody. He's close to 5 seconds. Instead, he gets it out to Jefferson as the shot clock resets to 20. And then wide open, Marco left wide open, and he just misses a 3-point attempt. Isaiah trying to get something going. Stulich now walks the trees, and he gets fouled. Good effort inside by Palermo to get the offensive board, and then Stulich gets it, so he'll go to the line for a couple.
See if these can get Stulich going. Jovan with 2 points in this one, 1 of 3 from the floor. Has missed both of his 3-pointers. These will be his first free throw attempts of the evening, or the afternoon, excuse me.
Now there's no way around it. They got to fight out of this thing if they want to get back into the ball game, and that's been the one thing that has gone right for Little Rock today is they've been to the line a ton, and they've converted on their free throws for the most part.
Yeah, if it weren't for free throws, Little Rock's down double digits right now. 13 of 15 from the foul line. Excellent free throw shooting performance so far for the Trojans, almost 87% for the game.
That one bounces around and drops. Philander Smith, on the other hand, has been to the charity stripe 10 times. They're only shooting 50%, 5 of 10 from the free throw line. But Little Rock needs some stops. Again, only down 2 at this mark. They're trying to get something going, and almost another turnover. It bounces around into the hands of Philander as now they recontrol the rock. They've got 10 seconds, and now Little Rock steps up the double team pressure. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Not sure if the Panthers see it. They got to get a shot off 1 second, and they're not going to get one off as Jefferson comes out of there with it. He'll go to Vasuvic, but he throws it away. Jefferson wishes he had that one back.
Yeah, turns it over, was trying to push it ahead to Vasuvic, but just didn't get the pass far enough out in front of Vasuvic.
Oh, your biggest guy's trying to run the floor. Needed to hang on to that rock. Said it's a 2-point ball game so far. Philander Smith 36-34. Next stoppage will be a media timeout. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Nice find inside, and an even better one. And they're going to get
Little Rock down 2 to Philander Smith with 15:28 to play.
And again, there's that full court pressure from the Panthers as Jefferson nearly fell down. Palermo able to break it, and then he gives back to Stulich, who now is your point guard. Again, if you just joined us, DJ Smith on the bench with 4 personal fouls, and then they're going to get a foul on Philander. That's Robert Jordan picking up the personal.
Jordan pulled down Palermo there on the post up. Will be the 4th team foul for Philander this half.
Been really the one thing working for the Trojans is drawing fouls and getting to the free throw line, as Patrick alluded to just a minute ago. They're down double digits if they're not converting on their free throws. Palermo get it into Lukic. That one almost turned over once again, but it'll stay with Little Rock.
Little Rock in the half court, just nothing has been easy at all in this game. Even a basic entry pass right there from Palermo. I think it was Lukic to Palermo. Just not executed.
We joke about it too, but I mean, at times when Little Rock gets the ball in the paint, it's like there's 6 or 7 Philander Smith defenders in there, and they're going to get a foul call on Philander again. As it looks like Jefferson just threw the ball away, but instead that foul is going to go against Eric Kendrick.
And that'll be the 15th foul on Philander Smith, a couple whistles away from free throws the rest of the way.
Well, here's how you get back in it, free throws.
In all seriousness, that has been Little Rock's offense today. They've made their free throws. Otherwise, it's been an atrocious shooting performance for the Little Rock.
That's a nice cut inside by Lukic, who just can't get the roll to go. It was a perfect play design and execution. Great feed from Vasuvic, but just kind of been one of those afternoons for the Little Rock offense.
That it has. 9 of 32 now from the floor, 28%. Philander Smith not much better, shooting 33% overall.
So now the Panthers will look to add to their lead. A 2-point ball game with 14.5 to play. Palermo with the defense nearly deflected away with 5 seconds left on the shot clock. The left-hander won't go inside for Johnson, and now Little Rock has a chance to come back down and tie this game up.
See if Palermo can slow things down here, get into the offense for Little Rock.
Jefferson not afraid to take that 3-point shot. He's taken 6 3-balls already, but instead gives it back to Palermo. Got a double team on Vasuvic. There goes the double team, and then he goes to the right hand. Quite an offensive board inside for Lukic, and then he feeds to Stulich. And once again, it's just a mess inside for Little Rock.
A mess is the right word for it. It's just everything about the offense today. Neither team has scored now in 4 minutes. Little Rock's on a 2.5-minute drought. Philander Smith on a 4-minute scoring drought.
Stulich picking up right, dishes outside. That's a wide open 3-ball look, and that one just off of the mark for Johnson. Once again, Little Rock can't hang on to a good hustle by Stulich, but this will stay with Philander Smith.
Yeah, just couldn't run it down. As you said, we'll stay with the Panthers as Philander Smith holds on to that 2-point lead with 13.5 minutes to go.
I keep coming back to you, but if you're Little Rock, I mean, what's your answer right here? You just don't have one at this point offensively.
Yeah, I don't know. They've struggled in almost every area offensively so far this game. 9 of 33 overall with 15 turnovers.
Usually defense creates offense, but even when the ball bounces the wrong way, that's a deep 3-ball attempt off of the mark, and now this thing's just flying over the place, but there Stulich ends up with it over to Palermo. He's going to try and draw the contact. He does, but they don't call it on the body. But Palermo, nice adjustment to tie this ball game up. Transition bucket for the Trojans.
And that is one area where Little Rock has been efficient. They have 12 of Little Rock's 36 points have come in transition. Another 14 have come at the foul line. So the free throws and the transition buckets have been the majority of Little Rock's offense today.
Well, credit Philander Smith's defense. They've been able to turn Little Rock over and over again. Now this ball is going to go back to Little Rock, so they force the turnover. But we talked about how sloppy Little Rock's been, but got to give credit to the Panthers defense. They've been really good so far in this ballgame, but now they need some offense. 3 turnovers in the last 5 minutes, and they've got themselves a bit of a scoring drought.
Yeah, 5-15 without a point right now for Philander Smith. Just not the prettiest offensive game of basketball so far today by either squad. I think both teams are looking for a spark, looking for someone to make some buckets and make some plays over the final 12 minutes.
So Jordan Jefferson will take a seat. Kevin Osaway checks into this ball game. We are tied 36-all. 12.5 minutes left to play. Palermo tried to feed it over to Osaway. Instead, it's tipped out of bounds, and it'll stay with Little Rock.
Palermo's a guy with 10 points, leads Little Rock 4 of 6 shooting. Would like to see him be a little bit more aggressive on the offensive end.
Suvic at the top of the key. Instead, Palermo come back up to run the offense. Got a couple of screens at the top as Osaway puts it. Palermo pulls up from inside the arc. It's a shot he likes, but that one hits off the back of the rim, and here come the Panthers in transition. Pump fake and a almost beautiful finger roll, but instead for Chris Rufus, he's been good today. Gets it knocked out of there. Panthers will reset with 15 on the shot clock.
Yeah, Rufus has made some nice plays today, 8 points. That time just got a little bit too deep.
Childs, top of the key, looking for a little bit of offense. Pump fake on Basubic and a nice drive and a feed outside to
game. Trojans are 14 of 16 from the foul line. That has kept the Trojans in this game.
So here's what we were waiting on. Smith back into the ball game. He's got 4 personal fouls, so he's got to be careful. He's back in there at point. Over to Stulich. Trying to get some offense going. The Trojan defense has stepped up big time as Philander Smith's in a bit of a scoring drought. Great find from Smith over to Palermo. And that's what you need to do if you're a Trojan fan. Isaiah Palermo knocks down the triple.
And nice offensive execution that time by Little Rock. E.J. Smith gets the ball in the curl, finds Palermo in the corner, who knocks down the open corner 3.
So it's a 7-0 run for Little Rock. Patrick, when's the last time you saw a 7-0 run over a 5-minute period?
That's a great stat to look up. You got an SID spirit in you if you want to find that one.
I love it. Well, they try to get Jovan Stulich with the block, and I think that's exactly what they're going to do. He tried to set his feet, but that's a nice drive inside by Rayante Childs, and they'll get Stulich.
And I guess they're just going to give, well, they are going to say it was a 3 by Palermo. On the scoreboard above there, I guess we're trying to figure out if that was a 2 or a 3 by Palermo. Scoreboard has it as a 2. The computer stats have it as a 3.
I think that's exactly what Coach Walker's asking his guys, if that was a 3-point or a 2-point attempt. I'm sure we'll take a look at it before too long. Looks like a 3 from our vantage point, but I don't know if he had his toe on the line or not.
Yeah, tough to say. Either way, I'm sure for Coach Walker and Little Rock, it's good to see a ball go through the basket.
Go in.
Trojans have just struggled so mightily on the offensive end.
Childs at the free throw line as he shoots the second, and that one's up and in. So they'll double team Smith once again. Palermo and Smith and Osaway in the backcourt trying to break this press. Smith got to be careful lowering that shoulder. Instead, he finds Stulich in the corner, and Stulich steps on the line, and it'll go back to Philander Smith.
Was just about to say, nice job of attacking the closeout there by Stulich, but whenever he put that pump fake up, his heel touched the end line.
So, does turn out that Palermo did have his foot on the line, so it's a 2-point for the Trojans, so it remains a 38-38 ball game. Palermo almost got himself a steal, picked the pocket of Rufus, but instead it will remain with the Panthers at 15 on the shot clock. Suvic rotation inside. Now Palermo may have a steal. He's going to try and go coast to coast with it, at least get a foul call, and almost gets the and one. But Isaiah will go to the line and shoot 2 with a chance to take the lead.
Transition opportunities and free throws. That is where Little Rock has done its damage today. This will send Palermo to the foul line where Isaiah has made both of his shots so far this afternoon. Oh, they're going to say it was on the floor.
Oh, wow.
Not going to send him to the foul line after all.
I think, well, we're going to hang on. We're going to have a discussion here. I think Darrell Walker can't believe it. They're going to have a conversation with it, and so it will remain a foul on the floor. So I guess before Isaiah could get his arms up to attempt a shot, they're going to say it was on the floor, and Darrell Walker respectfully disagrees.
Yeah, from our vantage point, it looked like he was going into a shot, but officials did not see it that way.
Well, here, Isaiah picked the pocket just a moment ago. Instead, it's another steal and a coast-to-coast layup for Riante Childs, and now Philander back on top 40-38, so a huge momentum swing there. No shots for Palermo, and Childs picks the pocket.
And DJ Smith playing with 4 fouls can't contest the fast break layup.
Right.
There has to give up, has to basically just surrender the layup to Philander Smith.
I mean, it looks like it's a smart play from Smith, really, and here's Stulich from beyond the arc. That one will not drop, and it will remain with Little Rock. But now that you mentioned that, too, yeah, that's a heads-up play by Smith. He's got nothing to do. He can't contest it.
Yeah, he basically just gave him the layup there on the fast break. So Little Rock now down with under 10 to play, 40-38. Just continue. The struggles continue from the offensive end.
Boy, this would be quite a performance and quite a victory for Philander Smith and Todd Day if they can hang on. Still a lot of basketball to be played. Just a 2-point ball game is wide open underneath is Jovan Stulich. Great vision from Isaiah Palermo.
Great vision, good finish by Palermo. Good execution by Little Rock in the half court.
Kevin Osalwe will extend the defense. Again, figured Philander Smith to attack Smith. He's got 4 fouls. They cannot afford to lose him in this ball game with just a little over 9 to play. Smith has to be careful, cannot be too aggressive. Instead, that one off the mark from Dontrell Johnson, and Stulich comes out of there with it. Now he's grabbing the back of his head.
And smart play there by Philander. They posted Smith up, tried to go right to his man, just couldn't get it to drop.
So Palermo, he's going to drive inside and take it all the way to the hole. He's hit and fouled, and that one's going to go against Aaron Johnson. Nice drive by Palermo.
Isaiah with 12 points on the afternoon. We'll get another look at that drive. Goes up. He's so explosive. Good foul there by Philander Smith to send Isaiah to the foul line where he's made both shots today.
So good off of the dribble is Isaiah Palermo. And to check on Jovan Stulich, he's still kind of favoring the back of his head. He was grabbing it just a few seconds ago. Took a hard shot.
Stulich on the afternoon, 6 points. 2 of 5 from the floor. Both of his field goals have come inside the three-point line.
So Palermo knocks down the free throw. A couple of substitutions now for Philander as you see Dontrell Johnson and Chris Rufus check out of this ball game. That free throw good. So Palermo now 4 of 4 from the charity stripe as he knocks down both of those. He's up to 14 points. Really been a key point of the offense for the Trojans. DJ Smith thought about getting in there on the double team and quickly retreated. Doesn't want to risk any way to pick up a personal.
I thought better of it. Yeah, Little Rock applying the full court pressure. That'll be interesting if they continue to do that with Smith on the floor or if they just kind of pull him out of those trapping situations.
Well, a lot of contact. I'm not sure exactly who tipped it in, but I think they're going to give the points to Eric Kendrick on that bucket for Philander Smith as they tie it up again at 42. Kevin Osalwe thought about taking the 3. Instead, he'll go back up top. Wanted a foul call, doesn't get it, and here comes Philander Smith. Smith got to be careful. That one tipped away, and now it's back up top. Everybody's scrambling for it. Now Kevin Osalwe comes out of there with it. Here comes Isaiah Palermo.
Trojans slow it down here.
Jovan Stulich, he's got to be careful. Now they're going to call a block. No bucket. It's going to remain on the floor, but another foul.
Mike Newell, the only other Little Rock coach to win back-to-back 20-game seasons here as a head coach at UALR.
You said another former Little Rock head coach, Porter Moser, with a big win today. Sooners dominating Arkansas in Tulsa with a 20-point victory.
Congratulations to Coach Moser. Lots of ex-UALR coaches doing good things these days.
Chris Beard down at Texas. Coaching factory here at the Jack. But first things first, let's talk about these two coaches going head-to-head. Is now Philander Smith back on top. A nice bucket by Robert Jordan to get things going. And now Panthers back in front.
Really nice drive and finish there by Jordan. Athletic, got his body into the defender, finished off the glass with his right hand.
How about a 3-ball attempt, a deep one? That one finds the bottom of the net. Beautiful 3 from Marko Lukic, and they need him to pick it up here in the final 7.5 minutes.
Pushes Little Rock's lead back out to 46-44. Trojans like to see that. Lukic has been the hot hand the last 2 games. Looks like it was almost an over and back.
Pretty close there. Thought the front foot went over and then came back, but no call from the officials right in front of us. Instead, it'll stay with Philander Smith. 10 on the shot clock. Drive and a great feed. If that was a little bit of a better pass, looked like a free open lane inside for Jawan Wright, but instead Little Rock comes out of there with it.
And Trojans here with a 2-point lead, looking to give themselves a little bit of a cushion, some breathing room here as we come down the stretch.
So here's Palermo back over to Lukic. Kevin Osawe. What a feed inside to Lukic. He's right there and just can't make it at point blank. The right place, right time for Isaiah Palermo.
And Palermo has been the guy today for Little Rock. He's up to 16 points, 6 of 9 shooting from the floor.
Boy, that was a great rebound. It looked like a wide open look that was just off the mark for Lukic. And then Palermo was able to finish with the putback. And now Philander trying to get a little of that momentum back. You can see maybe pressing a little bit. Trojans applying that pressure near the half court. As here's DJ Smith. He's got to be careful. Deep 3-ball attempt. That one way off of the mark, and they're going to get a foul on Jordan, and it'll go the other way.
And Little Rock here will have a chance to build its largest lead of the game. The Trojans' biggest cushion so far, just 5 points with about 9 minutes to play in the first half.
Yeah, you can see Coach Day not happy with that possession at all. He'll have a conversation with his guys. That was really nice defense from Little Rock.
Smith is an excellent free throw shooter. Has made all 4 of his free throws today. Comes into the game shooting about 74% on the year.
It was really danger time for Little Rock when Smith, of course, picked up that 4th personal, and he picked it up in a hurry, Patrick. I was worried. I didn't know if Little Rock was going to be able to really run their offense. They didn't run it great, but able to get some open looks, and they've survived, at least with Smith, who's had 4.
Yeah, they were able to hang on with him out of the game. And since he's come back in, the Little Rock offense has looked better. Trojans lead now up to 5. Smith will look to give Little Rock its biggest lead of the game, 50-44, if he can knock down the second free throw.
So Wright will check out for Philander Smith along with Childs. Again, their really biggest player of the ballgame has been Kenneth Perkins. He's been great so far, 13 points. But now you're looking at foul trouble. We've talked about it. Perkins has got 4. Johnson has got 4. They need to be extremely careful if they want to try and get back into this one and keep both of those guys in the ballgame.
And Philander will have to apply or handle the full court pressure here by Kevin Osawe.
6-point ball game, under 6 minutes left to play at the Jack Stevens Center. Philander Smith trying to pull a huge upset just down the road from their campus against these Trojans, and Osawe is going to get called for the personal. Trojan fans not a fan of that call.
No, not at all. Just the 4th team foul for Little Rock in the half. So Trojans still a few fouls away from putting Philander Smith into the bonus. Little Rock will be shooting 2 free throws with every whistle the rest of the way.
Yeah, that was a 7-0 run for Little Rock over the past minute and a half. Been really good. And here's Smith backing away. Doesn't want a chance to get called for anything. Really good defense by Smith.
Yeah, Walker lucky he wasn't called for the offensive foul there. You could see the right arm extend.
By Jovan Stulic, back out to Marco. Marco trying to deliver another tray. Bit of a heat check for Lukic.
And Lukic just hasn't had the shooting touch tonight, just 2 of 7 from 3.
Pull-up jumper is good. Beautiful pull-up from Robert Jordan, who's now up to 4 points.
This pressure again by Philander Smith. We'll see how Little Rock does.
Coach Day begging his guys for the full court press instead of skip pass to Osawe. Had an open look if he wanted it, but instead turns the ball over, and here comes Philander Smith, only down 4. Osawe and Perkins get tangled up in the backcourt. Wide open 3 balls off the mark, and Little Rock dodged a bullet there. That was a great look for the Panthers.
That was another turnover for Little Rock lead.
His staff, they have drawn up a really good game plan defensively. Their full court pressure has had Little Rock on its heels all day as Isaiah Palermo misses the jumper. And now Panthers with a chance to cut into this lead. The drive inside and rejection from Jovan Stulic. He went up top and found that one. Nice defense on the rotation from Stulic as now he finds himself with the rock. Back out to Jefferson.
Good help side defense there by Stulic to come over and get the block. Shows off the athleticism and the size.
4 minutes left to play in this one. Still anybody's ball game. Just a 4-point lead for Little Rock as now he got a deflection, nearly a steal, and they're going to get a foul. Down 50-46, a chance to pull a big upset just down the road from their home campus, and this guy's been a big part of it. Is now we're going to get ourselves a jump ball. It gets stuck in between the backboard and the rim. Kenneth Perkins, about the only thing that's gone wrong for him so far this afternoon. So we got one end with the net having some issues, and then we get a ball stuck between the backboard and the rim on the other side.
And I think they're going to call the foul on Stulich there.
Wow, I missed it. Okay.
Send Perkins to the foul stripe as he knocks down the first. So before the wedgie, they got Stulich with a foul shot.
Good call by Patrick on that one. So as we mentioned, it's all going Kenneth Perkins' way so far. He knocks down the first free throw. Second one, though, not on the way, and it is off. So Perkins now up to 14 points. He's got to be careful. He's got 4 fouls. And Little Rock trying anything they can to break this full court press. There's Stulich back to Smith, so Trojans now can get into their offense.
Trojans that time do a better job of handling that pressure from Philander.
Stulich just inside the three-point line. 7 seconds left on the shot clock, and now they're going to get Marco with another personal foul. I think they get him with a hook. And now Lukic has got 3.
And just a couple tough offensive foul calls on Marco Lukic. And if that's the 7th team foul in Little Rock, according to the scoreboard, I guess they're going to say it was offensive.
Offensive foul, yeah.
So it won't put Philander to the foul line. But Philander will shoot free throws the rest of the way.
So a couple of uncharacteristic fouls on Marco Lukic. And now Philander Smith again only down 3 with a chance to tie this ball game up with a three-pointer. Stulich almost got a steal. In fact, this time nearly does. And there's Lukic on the ground again looking for anybody. And they're going to give Lukic and the Trojans the timeout. Really good defensive hustle by Marco Lukic. 17 of 57 from the field. Little Rock not much better, shooting 33%. 14 of 43. But here we go, 3 minutes left to play as Smith will handle the inbounds. He breaks the double team at the half-court mark. Palermo on the cut will drive. He loves that shot and gets it to go off the glass. What an adjustment by Isaiah Palermo.
And Palermo has really been the guy for Little Rock. 10 points in the second half, up to 18 for the game. Really another solid game for Palermo, who, as I've said several times today, in my opinion, has been Little Rock's most consistent offensive player so far this season.
Little Rock has made 15 shots this afternoon. Isaiah Palermo, 7 of those made shots. He's been really good offensively. The Philander able to get the offensive board. They've got to cut this lead down soon, and that's a floater that is just off the mark for Chris Rufus. College, but in the NBA, and so now they're both here in the capital city and get to go head-to-head as we've got 2 minutes and 20 seconds left in this one. Another turnover, though, from Palermo, and now Smith's got to be careful as that full-court pressure gets to Little Rock. That's Eric Kendrick with the bucket, and now it's a three-point ball game.
And that time, Palermo and Smith just too close to one another. You can't pass the ball to a guy like that whenever you're being pressed when your teammate's 3 feet away.
Boy, I tell you, Lukic almost got away with a walk, too. I thought he took too many steps, but instead, it'll go to Osawe under 2 minutes left to play. Little Rock trying to hang on with all they can as Smith looking for somebody to drop it off to. Nice pump fake by Lukic. He goes up, and they're going to get the foul call. That will go against Perkins, and that's going to be the end of the ballgame for Perkins. That's number 5.
And that's killer for Philander Smith. He has been their best player today. Has just been a man on the inside, blocked a couple shots. Perkins will exit with 14 points and 9 rebounds, just 1 board shy of a double-double.
Todd Day will high-five his best player so far. So Perkins, as you said, fouls out, 22 minutes, 14 points. He has been a lot of the offense so far for these Panthers. And now Marco Lukic goes to the line to shoot a pair.
Lukic, excellent free throw shooter. Really a good all-around shooter, even though it hasn't shown up in his numbers this year, but a guy that can really get hot.
2 big free throws for Lukic as we're at the 146 mark of this ball game. 5-point lead for Little Rock. Kevin Osawe will pick up the defense on the full court against Riante Childs. And here we go.
And Lukic looks like he's in some pain out there with that ankle. Something to watch.
What a steal by DJ Smith. He's going to try and go coast to coast. Little Euro step for the freshman from North Little Rock. And now the Trojans can start to feel it up 7.
Largest lead of the game for Little Rock. Big time play there by DJ Smith, the freshman.
What a great play. You know, that felt good taking on a team just south of the river from his hometown. And here we go, Philander Smith. You need a bucket in a hurry. A little over a minute to play. Good defense from Stulich. Extends it. Here's Smith. He's got 4 fouls. He's got to be careful. And they're going to get an offensive foul on Childs. It will go the other way. huge defensive possession for Smith to get the steal, go coast to coast, and then he picks up the foul to go the other way.
Big-time defensive possession there by Little Rock. 7-point lead with a minute left to play. Really just a matter of taking care of the basketball. You just can't turn the ball over and give up easy points to Philander Smith against the press.
They have had trouble with that press, though, as they'll double-team Smith, trying to deny him the basketball. There goes Isaiah Palermo. He gets it, draws the double-team, back over to Lukic, and Lukic gets across the half-court line, and they'll call Jaden Walker with the foul, and that'll be 2 free throws. And now all Little Rock's got to do is hit their free throws, and they'll get out of here with a tough win.
And that is something they have done well today. 88% from the foul line, 21 of 24 are the Trojans.
First one off the mark for Marco, who has been really good. He was 6 of 7 at the line before that free throw. He's now 6 of 8, but he'll try to make it 7 of 9. He does just that, and it's an 8-point lead for Little Rock. Been a great effort from Philander Smith, but time is running out on the Panthers. They need buckets in a hurry. They pass up the three-point attempt, does Walker. Walker looking for anybody to help him out. Screen at the top, he'll drive in. Fires out, there's a 3-ball attempt from the corner. That one's short. Stays with Philander Smith, but it's stripped away, and here comes Palermo, and now with 33 seconds, Panthers will try and trap, maybe get a foul. Palermo looking for Smith. They grab Smith, and that one will go against Walker. His 4th of the afternoon, but Patrick, barring something pretty insane, Little Rock's going to get out of here with the win. I don't know how you're going to feel about the win, but at the end of the day, I guess a win is a win.
A win is a win. Probably not the way Coach Walker and Little Rock imagined it. Did not play their best game today, but they are going to get out of here with the W against Philander Smith, despite only shooting. Little Rock's going to shoot in the 30s today and turn it over 20-plus times, but still going to get out of here with the W. Yeah,
nice job by the Trojans to close this ball game out, but give a lot of credit, too, to Todd Day's team. They played very physical, very hard. Their full-court press was giving Little Rock all kinds of trouble, but Philander Smith, it looks like, is going to fall just short of pulling that upset. We got a foul call inside. A nice drive there by Chris Rufus. He's had a nice afternoon, the senior from Jonesboro. And you'd like to see, especially, I know these two teams are going to wish each other extremely well after the ball game. Any time you can see a friend, and especially a squad from down the road, you always want to see them do well in their league. But this Philander Smith team, Patrick, they can play defense with the better of them in their conference.
Oh, yeah. They came in here and played a really good game today as Rufus knocks down the first. He's one more point away from being in double figures for Philander Smith. But Philander Smith came into this game with a 6-4 record, won 3 of their last 4 games, and you can see why. Their defense is tough, and that full-court pressure is going to give opponents issues all season long.
Smith able to break the press, and it looks like Philander Smith, I thought, was going to be content to just let this thing run out, but they'll call Aaron Johnson with the personal. I think Aaron was just trying to go for a steal. He seems a little frustrated with the foul call, but
I think Todd Day was a little frustrated with him going for that steal. He looked like he wasn't expecting him to take the foul there, but we'll give DJ Smith 2 more opportunities at the foul line.
So Smith now up to 12 points as he knocks down the first free throw. And this is going to probably look like what I would assume, if Smith can knock down this free throw, a 9-point victory for Little Rock. It felt a lot closer than 9 points the entire way.
Oh, it was a lot closer than 9 the rest of the way. And Smith has a new career high. His previous was 7 before this game, but a much closer contest than I think Little Rock expected.
So that went off the mark, and that will do it from the Jackson.